I am running very, 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 very late, but it's okay. I made it. Nap time is interesting when it happens on Friday, especially these kind of Fridays. It's great. I should really stop doing it. I almost completely missed it. I hadn't woke up. Woo! All right, we're going. It's happening. Made it. Are you ready to continue to watch the Steven Universe downward spiral? Watch as your favorite show slowly becomes a shell of what it used to be. I need to turn the DirecTV box on. So how's it going? Oh, Jesus, fuck. Fuck. Hatred. Okay, please. Is Steven Universe XYZ, is that up again, or is that still down? Yay! Teen Titan, that's a good thing to turn on to. Excellent. Okay. I've seen the leak. I've seen it like a couple weeks ago. So I already know what's gonna happen. I didn't watch the leak itself. Oh, thank you, Cinderace. Converse will be canceled. We'll see. I didn't watch the Simon read the fucking screen. Um I didn't see the leak. Hey, fandom, no, let's not do that. Don't do that, please. Please. I don't want her to get copyrighted too. Go to Steven XYZ instead. So I haven't seen the leaks, but I kind of got a gist of what the leak is. Ah, thank you, Maddie, for the $2. Appreciate it. Why do I keep losing my train of thought? So I think I know what's going to happen. I don't know the aftermath of, I'm not going to spoil it, even though some of you already know. I'm not going to spoil that, but I know what's going to happen. I just don't know the aftermath of what's going to happen. Let's just say that what's going to happen, Steven's a moron. And the Crewniverse have stopped knowing how to write a good plot without fabricating stakes. Right? There, yep. I think some of you might know what I'm talking about now if you've seen what I'm talking about. That's why I say the downward spiral, because if this is the moment I'm thinking of, that I know that I'm thinking that it is. We are about to witness a writing mishap that goes beyond anything. Imagine liking Teen Titans Go, even though it's really the only thing we have to watch right now. Everyone's gonna be fine. Coronavirus is pretty much just a little bit of a worse flu. Everyone's gonna be fine. Is this gonna end soon? Christ. It's almost here, guys. Almost there. Jesus Christ, this is insufferable. I'm gonna put this over to the TV now.
It's true. We bring out your worst.
Your worst brings out our best.
And we can never
I hope this is good. This is his best. This is as good as he's
I
getting.
didn't know you felt that way, gang.
He said golly.
Stop that! Stop that! You will not mock me! I am your leader!
Okay.
Steven, I've been worried.
Oh, it's 0 seconds? Nah, we gotta have our, 5-minute commercials first. I forgot. It's lying.
New episodes of Steven Universe Future start now.
Thank you. Jesus Christ, intro I hate. You're better than Teen Titans Go, though. Is it leak time? Am I gonna hate the world? I think I'm gonna hate the world, ladies. I think it's gonna be another one of those hate the world days. Okay.
Wow, Connie.
Alright, well, we're... Okay, yep. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Plan worked out for early admission to University of Jayhawk, but I'm still not sure if I'm
Again, I don't know the details, but I know what's gonna happen.
Major in sociology with a
Did establishing democracy across the galaxy get you excited about politics?
maybe, but as far as long-term career goals go, I'm thinking more down to earth.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Wow, 15 minutes went fast.
Oh, these study breaks are so short.
I know, right?
Oh, hold on.
What is that, just her
This
whole
brochure I
character
placed
now?
last time. Do you need it back?
Thanks, but I got 2 more at home, and, internet.
Oh, right. But you'll let me know when you want to hang, right?
Of course, silly. All right.
Ah,
Now. Bye.
Christ.
Jayhawk, huh? Where's Beach City?
Yikes.
Oh, that's really far.
You have lion, Steven. Steven. Lion.
Garnet? You're still home? Steven, I could really use your advice.
What is she wearing?
See you later. I got split.
I'm so sorry, Stephen. I'm running late to my lecture on alternate timelines. Have a nice day with the scouts, beautiful. Mwah.
Okay.
Hey, Sapphire's got her thing, but you can still talk to old Ruby. Walk and talk, Scout. I got things to do.
Oh, okay.
Okay, everyone. You remember what we learned last week, right? So,
Okay, maybe this isn't what I think it's gonna
brace
be.
yourselves. We're gonna sketch nature and
This
animals.
damn chair.
I'm gonna ask you to feel the beauty of everything that surrounds you.
I'm trying my best not to move, but I can't help it.
And then you'll have the honor of receiving this nature sketching.
Are we about to have a good episode? Let's see. Wow. We're not focusing
So
on
what do you
bullshit.
talk about?
Every time I'm talking with Connie, I just realize that she knows exactly what she wants to do with her life, and I don't. When we're Stevani, I feel ready for anything, but on my own, I feel lost and stuck. Ruby, what do I want?
Wow, that's a tough one.
How do you...
I know.
You don't have
Connie
She
will
that
probably go
Saph.
far
She
away
doesn't
from
have
college.
Sapphire
I
with
wanna
her.
Stay here, not knowing what to do, and so far from her. I want to stay with her like you and Sapphire. Wait,
No.
all I want to do
No.
Connie. So maybe that means
No.
that Connie is my future.
I hate you. I thought she was about to... Ruby starts it?
Ruby, I'm not sure this is. Don't say you haven't thought about it. Of course I have.
Ruby starts it.
You sure?
Buddy, it worked for me, and if
You are a gem.
you have the honor.
You are different.
This proposal back.
Wow. Oh, you fucking really? Really? Really?
See the future.
Really? Are you out of your mind?
Steven, right on time.
Sapphire! I'm sorry.
Really?
Ruby says I should propose to Connie, but she said to check in with you in your future vision.
I understand. Let's run the numbers, shall we? All right, class. Using the concepts we've reviewed so far, we're going to calculate the probability of Steven's proposal to Connie succeeding. Let's
I
see the
already know
probability
the
she'll be
answer,
willing to spend her
fuckers.
life with someone. Then we'll multiply that by your differential factor of sociocultural.
Oh my God, differential value. Fuck.
Potential of your cohabitation.
Stop. We're not in calculus.
Multiplied by the intensity of the reciprocal love for each other, and finally multiplied by the robustness of your life plans. Are you following so far?
No? Sapphire, your work!
And there we have it. Do you understand, Stephen? My marriage with Ruby, our fusion as Garnet, eluded my future vision, defied every odd, and changed the course of time. We can write equations in the sand all day, but a wave of chance can just come crashing in and wash it all away.
Cop out.
It's unquantifiable. Even with my clairvoyance, I know better than anyone that true love makes the impossible possible. Do it, Stephen. Do it. Do it.
Oh,
Do it.
fucking God.
Yeah.
You are the adult in the situation, Sapphire. Surely you see that a teenager under the age of 18, surely this can't go right. Surely. You are the adult in this situation. It's Hate the World Day, ladies and gentlemen. Sapphire's supposed to be the fucking adult. I don't want to fucking watch this.
Steven, what are you doing?
Well, he used lions, so they're...
15-minute break in 2 minutes, right?
Whoa, spot on.
I don't want to watch this.
I'm sure
I don't want to watch this,
I
dude.
would love to, but
No, don't worry. We'll go with Lion. And I promise you'll be back in 15 minutes.
okay, let's do this.
You remember
I already know what the answer's gonna be,
Trying to
dude.
ride your bike on the sand and you ran away screaming?
I don't want to fucking watch this anymore.
trying everything to get your attention.
This is what I was afraid of.
I'm pretty sure I was totally focused on my book and didn't see anything.
Well, that all happened right here.
I mean, what the hell?
Steven.
Okay, that's better.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
Now we're talking more Steven.
So cute.
Connie, there's something very important that I want to say to you today.
We're not doing this.
I'd rather be tall. I'd rather be smart.
Oh,
I'd
God.
rather be sure you know I care. Wherever you go, whatever you start. I'd rather be sure you know I'm there. I'd rather
They haven't really earned this yet.
part of whatever
Especially with how little Connie's been in future.
I'd rather be me with you. Wherever we go, I already trust. I know what to do if it were us.
I like the song, though.
I know how to be.
Probably the best song in future so far.
Entire syllabus.
Hate it.
I can't think
Never
of
mind.
anything
I'm kidding, of course.
in the world I would rather do. If I could be, I'd rather be me with
I like this, though. That was good. Good one, Steven.
Steven.
You're breaking through my stone heart. You...
Steven?
Connie,
The fucking bracelet?
What? Let's get married and live as Stefani.
And you're going from 0 to 100.
Steven, maybe we should talk about this first?
There you go.
I know you might think I'm being sentimental, but this makes sense. For example, I don't know what you've been studying, but Stefani does. We can go to college together.
Yeah, you're nuts.
Steven, come on. We're really young.
You don't want to be Stefani with me?
That's
Of
nuts.
course I do. But I want to be my own person, too.
Okay, you know what?
Well, yeah, but
Blah.
is it a no?
It's a not now, Steven.
But if we're sure that we're gonna spend our lives together, why not say it now?
It's clear he doesn't understand
We've got
anything.
plenty of time. Don't worry.
I'm not worried. I'm just happy to be with you. That's all.
I'm happy.
Don't you understand the...
It's just that... Oh no, my alarm. Forget studying right now. It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. It's important to you.
You're important to me.
I'm fine. We'll talk about it later. Lion's waiting for you.
Steven.
You know, Steven, you're an interesting case, you know.
Tomorrow at lunchtime.
Good luck studying.
You know, Steven, you're a real interesting case, you know that? Now he's gonna be depressed, he's gonna cry, everything, the world sucks. Yeah, the world sucks, doesn't it? Boo-hoo. Good fucking God. See, I can read this show. I can read it. I can read it.
I don't get it. Ruby and Sapphire said I should go for it.
You can't trust love advice from those two hopeless romantics.
What?
Stop me.
There was no future where you didn't propose to Connie.
Of course.
Your soulmate is your complement, not your missing piece. Ruby and Sapphire love being together, but they each have their own individual lives. Whatever hole there is in your life, Stephen, I want you to understand that Connie, Stefani, won't be able to fill it.
It's just that you make it look so easy. I mean, I hate to say it, but this is kind of your fault for being so perfect.
I know you're upset, Stephen.
Well, maybe shoving this adorable cake in my face will make me feel better.
I doubt it. It's
It
got...
really won't.
I'm doing it anyway.
I know.
Now that I've saved
Bring the mic over here. And what the fuck did I just watch? And what the fuck was that? Oh. Fuck this show. Yeah, you know, Steven, you know, how about we just forget that you know shit about marriage? How about we just forget that you know that people, you're literally, there's so much to go through. Oh my God. That was horrible. This is so shit. Oh my fucking... The main thing here, right? The main thing here. Hasn't Steven been parroting throughout this entire series about people just being their own person and being who they are? Isn't that... I was talking about this morning because I was talking about something entirely unrelated. Isn't Steven's whole thing is that he wants people to just be who they are? And then he wants to go and just be Stefani. Hello? Steven, are you in there, Steven? Knock, knock. In your head, is anything in there? Is it just a hollow mass where your brain used to be, Steven? Hello? Fucking what the fuck? That is the... We were going somewhere, right? We were going somewhere with the picnic and the song. It would have been fine if he just left it at that. But of course, Steven can't think for himself, and he gets this stupid, out of character idea. I mean, just... What even led him to think that was a good idea? What? Hello? What? And what was that at the end, huh? Steven, she didn't say no. She said not now. If I were in that situation, I'd be excited for that answer. Okay, that's fine. We can still date, but in the future, that gives him something to look forward to. If anything, that should be a positive thing. Hey, in the future, look at me, I got something to look forward to. Hey, not to mention, Steven should know that him and Connie are like 17 and 16 fucking years old. And this could even go an even worse way than I just learned from Felipe. Thank you, Felipe. He's thinking for himself. He's thinking, let's be Stevani so that it can benefit me. No! That's not Steven's character. Holy shit! Remember Steven thinking for other people before thinking for himself? Yeah, that's gone. That bitch is out of here. Holy, every episode just seems to do fucking nothing but make Steven's character worse somehow. This show is gonna ruin this series for me, I swear. I don't know why. They just insist on making Steven not even developing his character and naturally making him be a worse character. Just making him make these stupid decisions. And writing him to be a shell of his former self. Again, development is the word of the day here, people. Do what you want with your character, but develop them to be that way first. This is a disgrace. It's back.
David,
What are you talking about?
you promised me. Another new Steven Universe future starts now.
Oh, God.
I know you're eager to chase the mail truck, Dog Hunter.
Uh,
But the mail truck is a decoy.
Well.
Good boys chase the blue car. Be a good boy, Dog Hunter.
What if the blue car's the decoy? Oh.
Nice work, DC. Now get the bomb off the bridge. We're almost out of time.
Yeah. That bitch was at 0 seconds. Shouldn't have taken another 2.
Dog Hunter, I can't lose you.
Oh, Christ.
What I think it is.
We're really hitting this theme home, aren't we?
Bark. I now pronounce you man and wolf. Everyone's getting married but me.
Oh, Christ. Why is he's devolved. He's back to 14-year-old Steven.
I wish the Gems weren't doing a field trip this week. Wonder if they have any reception. I guess not.
Oh my God. There you go.
Hey, Steven.
Hey, Dad. How's it going?
The tour's been going great. What's going on with you? Throw any big parties while you get the house to yourself?
Yeah, you know me.
Jesus.
But I'm really glad you're getting home tonight. I really need to talk to someone about what happened between me and Connie.
Sorry, Steven.
Jeez.
What was that? Say you shut
I'm
up.
sorry.
Routine. You'll
Is that
never believe what
Greg
it's
not
done to the
giving
audience.
Steven his attention?
Guess what?
Uh-oh.
The tour's been extended.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, you know, you were so
How
worried about the
convenient.
thing, Steven. I love it.
How
I can't
mighty
believe I'm doing it.
convenient, Cruniverse, huh?
I'm headed to another tunnel. Do you want to call me back with whatever you wanted to talk about?
It wasn't important.
You sure? We can stop by on our way through Delmarva.
No, it's okay. Just, have fun.
How mighty convenient. Huh, guys? Wow. Jesus. Yeah, you should probably try to shove that back in there.
I shouldn't worry her.
You learned this lesson already, Steven!
There?
Hey, Connie, what's up?
Steven, I've been worried about you. Are you glowing?
Oh, am I?
Oh, Jesus.
What's happening to your face?
Why? What's wrong with my face? Oh, right, swelling. My body just keeps randomly growing, but it doesn't hurt or anything. It's fine.
How long has it been happening?
Since this morning.
What do the gems think?
They're off on a... What is
They're doing a
fucking
field trip out
happening?
in the wilderness. It's nothing to worry about anyway.
You really don't look well. Maybe you should see
You
a
think a
doctor.
doctor's gonna be able to help
I
you?
wouldn't want to waste
Help
your
him?
time.
Steven, you need to see a medical professional.
Right. Okay.
What?
Lucky I had a cancellation today. Normally I'm booked up weeks in advance.
Think you'll be able to help him? Even if this is some sort of gem issue?
Gem issue or not, you have a human body, which means we can run tests. At the very least, we can determine if you're suffering from a non-gem condition.
See?
It-
I'll go wait outside.
It's a mild case of depression. What do you think she's gonna be able to do? Give him some happy pills?
Let's start with your symptoms. Mild fever. Glowing pink colored skin.
Okay, that was pretty good. Good lord.
Blood pressure is high. Well,
I get that was part of the
readings
joke,
are
but
certainly
still.
interesting. If you don't mind me asking, who's your GP?
GP?
You know, your general practitioner.
You think he has one of those?
Doctor?
I guess you? I've never been to the doctor before.
You're 16 years old and you've never been to the doctor? It's okay. It's okay. I'll have a talk with your father later. We'll just
Wait,
need to
that was
run
a
some
grow. Does that mean he
tests.
lied?
Get undressed and let's get you into a hospital.
Jesus Christ!
Is that it doesn't cover your
He just said get. Oh my
Let's get
god.
started.
We are really going here. This is not happening. We are really going here. Holy shit. God, this could have went somewhere.
So this is a typical human skeleton. Now, a couple of months ago,
He's a fat
Garnet
boy,
Amethyst
so-
and Pearl allowed me to x-ray them for research purposes. Their charts look like this. Only their gems appear on a radiograph.
Yeah, because they're light. Okay.
This is your chart. Definitely a human skeleton.
Why is he fractured up there?
History of numerous fractures, like here on the skull.
What the?
Everything is perfectly aligned. It almost looks as if the bones healed themselves.
What?
Injuries occurred.
What?
good, right?
Well, you seem to have made a series of miraculous recoveries.
What?
But that doesn't change the fact that you experienced trauma. You've recovered physically, but have you recovered mentally?
You think there's something wrong with my brain?
Not wrong. It's that adverse childhood experiences or childhood trauma can have a lasting impact on how you.
Well, then why is his skull fractured?
This can affect your social, emotional, and physical.
That doesn't make his skull fracture. Are we just gonna ignore that?
Hormone cortisol. Your heart races, your muscles tense. I wonder if your body is reacting to a gem equivalent of cortisol. Steven, do you remember anything bad in your childhood that...
Only his entire childhood.
I guess I kind of freaked out when they canceled my favorite ice cream.
Lie.
And then I got attacked by a giant bug monster. And I got trapped in a bubble and almost drowned. I lost control of my body and turned into a blob of cats.
That was before
I
that.
was turned so old I died. Amethyst almost died. Pearl did die.
Oh.
Garnet got destabilized right in front of me.
Uh-huh.
I woke up with a black eye and
Uh-huh.
was on a spaceship.
Steven, this is serious.
But that was just the early stuff.
I think all these experiences have been subjecting your body to a harmful amount of stress, and that's affecting your ability to respond to new forms of stress in a healthy way.
Fractures in the skull.
Threats from such a young age, your body is now responding to minor threats as if your life were in danger.
But why am I only swelling up now?
Stress is less harmful when we have people we trust to help us through it. Maybe
He always had
more
that.
supportive relationships, or if you
He's
had a
not
recent
losing
experience that was
anything.
particularly
Oh, come on. That's what we're going for?
What's happening?
I don't know. I just asked if he had any stressful experiences lately.
Steven, you don't think...
It's not you, Connie. It's everything that happened before.
What is he talking about?
You haven't told your mom?
Told me what?
It's not your fault. I think I just need you to leave.
This is a medical emergency. I am not leaving.
Steven.
Mom, us being here is making it worse.
Oh no!
Ouch.
Please, just go.
Steven!
Yeah.
I can't be around you right now.
Damn.
Steven,
Thanks.
Dad, I'm here.
Come on, Mom. Let's give them space.
Yeah, that's a way to...
I didn't know I was here. Connie called me about an hour ago. Connie. Thank you.
Yeah. I'll be here when you're ready.
Okay, she didn't take it personally, thank God.
Steven, I'm sorry. If I'd have known,
It's fine, Dad. You were busy, and I didn't know what was going on.
Come on,
I got a
Steven.
tiny fly
Talk to me.
bugging me here.
Well,
I think it's attracted to the pink
proposed to
light.
Connie. You what?
she said no.
She said not now!
Steven.
My body, it's reacting like it's the end of the world. I think I've seen the world almost end so many times now that everything that goes wrong feels that.
What kind of... What are...
Feeling
What?
these days. The Earth is safe. It's Era 3. But I'm swelling up over these third era problems. What do? How do I move on from all the stuff I've been through? How do I live life if it always feels like I'm about to die?
It's gonna be alright, Snowball. I'm here for you.
This fly, Christ.
I want to go home. I guess I thought I could just follow Connie to college. Like, if we got married, I'd know what to do with myself. But I'm the one that's got to figure that stuff out.
Cut yourself some slack. It's okay to be worried and make some mistakes when you're figuring out what to do with your life. That's not unusual. Well, the magic swelling is a little unusual, but that's okay too. If you want to be a giant boy, we can use the car wash as a shower.
Dad, your tour! I've ruined your...
Don't worry about me. Just get some rest, kiddo.
Where'd that coffee
You
go?
don't have to solve all your problems in one night.
Yeah. Thanks, Dad.
Or hot chocolate, maybe.
Garnet? You're still home?
Steven.
I'm
I
still
could really use
pissed.
your advice.
Don't think that redeemed anything.
Another new Steven's Universe feature continues next.
Steven, I've been worried about
Ugh. Let me guess. Is his fractured skull affecting his ability to hear too? Is his fractured skull Is his fractured skull affecting his ability to fucking hear shit too?
2 new episodes next Friday at
For
7.
God's sake, dude. For fuck's sake. I guess Steven's not corrupting today. Thank God. That would have been... Imagine him corrupting over that. Over that. Stressful experience. She said, not now. And we're really about to... You know, there's a huge difference between no and not now. Despite the fact that not now has 2 no's in it. There's a difference there. And we've gone so far past Steven's original character at this point. So far beyond. That he's just reacting like this. Like fucking Christ. What was the explanation for that, by the way? You've experienced all these big things in your life that almost killed you, that little things just make you feel like it's the end of the world. Huh? Huh? I don't know. I really don't like this show. I like how they showed the X-ray, right? I don't know what's going on in this commercial, but anyway. I like how they showed this X-ray, and, you know, he clearly has a fractured skull. But then they're like, oh, you have PTSD. That's it. Trauma? Sure. PTSD. Yeah, nothing wrong. Nothing to do with his skull. No, not at all. We're just going to ignore that. It's definitely, totally that. I still have to fucking process that, because, you know, it's not every day when you watch a show for, you know, for most people it would be like 6 years, so it's probably even worse for them. For me, it's only been like, what, 4? Almost 4 years. Cool, right? Yeah. And you watch it, and you slowly watch it go downhill. Except it's not slow. This is like a rock slide off a cliff. And you know, the first episode was a result of that. Was a showing of just how much we've gone, just how far down we've gone. You know, I'm still mad. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. Maybe I should start expressing my opinion and less yelling. Maybe I should yell as much. I feel like it's getting to me too. What the hell is Steven doing? Oh, he's emotionally, he's distressed, of course. Yeah, that's the answer. Yeah. No. When you're emotionally distressed, do you immediately turn from a selfless individual to selfish and only thinking for yourself? Yeah, Connie, I'm gonna marry you, and we're gonna be Stevani, and all my problems are gonna disappear. Yep. That was seriously his mindset. He's like, yeah, let's just get married and then we'll just be Stevani. Nothing about Connie. Nothing about her thought on it. Nothing about that. Nothing about that. No. It's Stevani all the way. Because my problems need to be fixed. My problems, not yours. My problems need to be fixed. This isn't just one out-of-character decision. This is a downfall that's kind of plagued this show ever since the second episode. And I'm going to repeat it again because I'm sure most of you weren't here last week. And I think I'm going to have to keep repeating it. You can do whatever you want with your characters. Anything. Whatever kind of change you want, go right ahead. Do it. But when you do that, when you change a character the way that they've changed Steven here to be like utterly the opposite of what he used to be. Utterly. You have to develop that shit first. And you can't just say time skip because that's not an answer. That's called tell, don't show. And you want to do the opposite of that. When you want to do a character change, you can't just say he's changed because of the time skip. Because that's bad writing. That's horrible. Because this isn't, yeah, sure, that may be true, but we need to see that shit. Our brain can't just comprehend that instantly. We have to see visible change in the people. Because if not, then guess what? They aren't real characters if they don't change like that. It's a cop-out. Pretty much. And the way they changed Steven here, it's had no development. It's had no build-up. Literally, episode 1, he was good. Episode 2, it's like, flip a switch. He's a different character now. And it's been going on this entire series. And now, in the, what was it called? Together Forever? That one? It's culminated, dude. It's culminated. Steven was Steven for a bit. I'll give him that. He did the picnic thing. He did the song. Prime Steven material. 100%. Prime Steven material. But then he goes, okay, marry me. And then not what Connie thinks. Not how Connie would feel about this. Not even taking that into consideration, despite the fact that he sees her concerned face. He's looking directly at it. And she looks uncomfortable as fuck. Not that. Let's not acknowledge that. Let's instead acknowledge the fact that I have problems and Stevonnie would solve my problems. And then we get to the point where she doesn't even say no. He even outright asked if she said no. And she goes, it's not now. So not even a no. And then we have the next episode and we're trying to say that he's taking it like it's the end of the world. A not now. A not now. A not now. As in, this would give him something to look forward to. He has nothing but things to gain from this. Not now. He still has everyone. He still has Connie. He still has Greg. He still has the gems. Yeah, he has trauma. But I'm sure they'd be willing to open their arms up and say, come here, Steven. Let me give you a big old bear hug. And we'll talk it out. He has people to talk to. He has girlfriend, quote unquote. Well, actually, yeah, pretty much at this point. Not now. They're treating it as if they're treating it as if he has nothing left. When that couldn't be further from the truth. And just because they go and they say what they said in that last episode, oh, the minor things feel like the end of the world. That still doesn't explain why they just did what they did with Steven's character. You're all saying he's thinking irrationally. He's not making good decisions. Okay. Fair enough. But that's not what I'm focusing. I'm focusing on the fact that his character has changed as much as it did. With little development, just flip a switch. No. That's not how it works around here. That's not how a story works. Stories have different stakes than real life does. When you're telling a story, you need to make things kind of, sort of, it's kind of hard to say because it's a cartoon, I'll give it that. But when you're crafting a story and you're crafting characters for these stories, you gotta make these characters seem as real as possible. Because otherwise, if your characters aren't cohesive, what's the point? And when you have Steven, who we've known and we've followed since, I would say 2013, but season 1 doesn't really count. Whenever season 2 started, because that's when the show started getting really good. When you have a character that you followed for this long, and you know how he acts. You know how he feels. You know his thoughts on life. You just know. Because you've seen him for so long. When Steven Universe Future comes around, and Steven's Still fine for the most part in the first episode. Yeah, we had Pink Steven go on. Yeah, that happened. We only really saw that as a strength boost. I only saw that as a strength boost. Excuse me, I only saw that as a strength boost at first, at least. He was his character. He was helpful. He wanted to help other people. He put others before himself. You know, that sort of thing, right? And then episode 2 came around, and then it's suddenly me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. One episode later. Now, did they go on and say maybe, oh, what happened? And don't give me because he's turning into a teenager. Explaining it as in he's a teenager, of course that'll happen, is an insult to Steven's character. Because then that suggests that he's just becoming a typical teenager. Teenage angst. I've seen Cartoon She's video on this. He explains it way better than I ever could. Again, I will suggest it way better because it's kind of hard to think on the spot. But with all of what Steven's been through, with all of the compassion, with how Steven acts, his personality, his character traits, his care for other people, it is entirely ridiculous to think that all of that would just go away because teenage angst. And if that's really the answer that they're going for, I'm sorry. Hey, Cartoon She's here! Hi, Cartoon She! Help. Not help, but you know what I mean. Thank you, Cartoon She. That's what I'm getting at. It's irrational. And I'm sorry, but if that is the answer, if that's the answer they're going for, that teenage angst, that's just the answer? Wow. Wow. And if it was PTSD, again, they should have transitioned smoothly into it. This is not transitioning smoothly into it. This is Stephen Good 1 minute, Stephen Angst the next. That wasn't the transition was episode 1 and 2. Because that's when it started getting bad. Thank you, Cartoon She. Again, coming in for the save. Man, I think I need to get my thoughts straight. Because, this show, woo. If they want to do a story like this, they need more seasons, dude. 20 episodes ain't gonna cut it. It's not well written. It's not. This needed more time to simmer. If they're going to try and tell a PTSD plot and try to connect it, it needs more development than this. I mean, I can get the conclusion they're trying to get to. That, hey, maybe now since he's focusing on his trauma, this is all popping out. But it needs more time to simmer. Because now there's an outset of people that are like, the show has bad writing. And it's rushed. And Steven isn't a well-written character anymore. And they're right. Because they're rushing things too much. This would have had a better impact if we let it have more time to simmer. We need more time for shit like this to simmer. The way it is now, it's coming on too quickly. And it's ruining it. This could have had a great impact. Instead, I'm still stuck on why Steven has just flicked a switch in his head. And one episode he's one character, the next he's a completely different one. I'm not saying that it's not okay to change the character to this. I never did, and if I did, I didn't mean it that way. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you need to do it in a way that gives it time to simmer. Slow change. Because just changing it on a dime isn't going to fix anything. It's just going to make people confused. People have been saying Steven's an asshole. And he's out of character. I've kind of dabbled in Steven Universe future criticism just to, get a better basis on it. They say he's acting out of character because they didn't let it simmer enough. Steven is not well written anymore. That's my opinion. I'm sorry. But that ship sailed a long time ago, back in episode 2. When Steven just kind of became a selfish prick. Like I said, Cartoon She knows what he's talking about. His video was pretty good on it. It was pretty much my points, just in a better format. Because I'm not good at this rambling shit. I never have. I can improv when the time is necessary, but... If he's not supposed to be in character, develop it. That's the key word that this show needs to understand. Development. Remember when the show had 5 seasons to develop characters to the point where they are now? And remember how great it was when we took things slow? Sure that we complained about the odd townie episode and shit like that. Sure, though, there were some bumps in the road. But remember when the slow burn was beneficial to characters? Remember how all of us used to hate Amethyst? Well, not all of us. I did, at least. And remember how when she developed, she became great, and now she's my favorite crystal gem? Good development does wonders for a character. This show seems to spit in the face of that, and I get it. It's not all the Crewniverse's fault. They had 20 episodes to work with. That's definitely not... I'm sure they would have wanted more episodes if they had the choice. I get that. But here's the problem. When you know that you have 20 episodes of a show, you need to work around those limitations. You need to develop your story and write it so that it goes around those limitations. I'm not saying that things being rushed is their fault. Entirely. Not entirely their fault. Because Cartoon Network's probably pretty strict on that. But you gotta work around it. And I'm sorry, but 20 episodes, not even 20, because they didn't even focus on this whole aspect of it until, like, maybe the 5th, 6th episode. That's not enough time to do a plot like this. That's gotta have a slow burn. If you're gonna introduce PTSD and something like that, that's a topic you gotta handle with dignity. And you gotta take it slow. Slow. Slow burn. Slow burn. This plot doesn't work with 20 episodes. And because they only have 20 episodes to work with, like Cartoon She said, they have too many ideas to fit into 20 episodes. They have to cram, and it affects the quality of the story as a whole. I'm not describing how PTSD works, Jacob. I'm describing how they could have made the story around it. There's a difference. Are you really trying to say that this wouldn't benefit from more episodes and taking it slower, giving us more time to introduce this aspect onto Steven? Instead of just 1 minute he's one character, the next minute he isn't? The episode itself said something about PTSD, Felipe. And maybe if we had more time to develop Steven's new character, maybe this PTSD thing wouldn't have come straight out of nowhere. Because that's another thing. Out of nowhere. One episode. Bam. There it is. It's the aspect that now everyone is saying, hey, he has PTSD. That fixes everything, apparently. Because let me tell you something. Last week, when we had those other 2 episodes, I'd say a good 90%, maybe more 85% of the chat was saying the flaws along with me. But now that we have this new aspect, it's like now everyone's using it to say that's the answer. This is the answer. That's... part of me wants to say it's a cop-out. Even I'm not sure on that one. I'm still stuck on that first episode, dude. You know, the second episode I feel was, you know, if I were to actually comment things on the show, that like the show itself and not this aspect of it, the song on the first episode was good. Really good. I'll give it that. It was good. Pretty great. And I like the setup that Steven had. That was pretty good. Oh, Renegade, welcome. But man, they're... Man. Man, man, man. Man, man, man. They have... I've said it before. I'm gonna keep saying it again. They've botched it. Like even before this whole PTSD thing, they botched Steven's character. And let me tell you, PTSD is not the end-all be-all answer. That's not just gonna suddenly explain everything and make it okay. Like I said before, it's the development that's the problem. It's not so much what he's become, as much as I make it out to be that way. I'm only like this because they haven't properly developed it. And you know, Cartoon She, I think, put it nicely. They're not showing him as depressed. They're showing him as actually insane. And there's a difference there. You can be both, but insane and depressed are two separate things. The way they're writing it is not indicative of, like... I don't know, dude. The way they're writing it is not indicative of the way I think they're trying to insinuate what it actually is. I like how everyone's leaving because I'm negative. Is that it? Is that why? Oh my fucking lord. We got what? 2 more weeks of this? Oh god, just... I'm ready for this to be over, dude. The description is accurate. Watching something I love die. And not in the traditional sense. Die as in becoming worse. What am I thinking? You know the videos that people make of the day when blank died? That's what it feels like right now. It feels like we're going down, downhill, and we're never going back up. And it's going to keep going until we're down in the 15 circles of hell, and that's going to keep going down. This series isn't all bad. It's just Steven's future is pretty much what the focus of the show is. But they're doing it. They're botching it up so much. And like I said, you guys can throw PTSD and Steven being depressed and everything all you want. But it's not developed well. There's a difference between, there's a difference between making something realistic and telling a good story. You can do both, but not with 20 episodes you can't. When there's only 20 episodes, you gotta compromise. You gotta say, okay, do I want to tell a good story? And if this is what the coronavirus thinks depression is, whew! That must have been some extreme depression Sugars got there. That must be some extreme depression. Yeah, my voice is loud. Welcome. Welcome to the live stream. I see you're new here. I want to say this show is good, but if the main focus is botched this much, I just can't. I just can't. I know it sounds like I'm repeating myself, but the same problems keep cropping up. And even if the same problems don't crop up, new problems are cropping up because of the old problems. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's just a mess. A mess that, again, would have been solved if we just had more time to develop things. If we had more time, if we had more episodes that they had to fill, the coronavirus could be like, okay, what's important? Okay, make more of that. Because then we can actually see how Steven slowly progresses from his old self into this new warped version. And they don't have to just say, oh, it's because of the time skip, idiot. Because again, cartoons have got to be show, don't tell. And if this is a different show, like Rebecca says, they needed to get more episodes to this. They needed to make it a full-blown series if they were trying to do ideas this big. I sure hope not, Renegade. I hope not. That will be a sad, sad day if Steven Universe Future has a worse ending than Star. That'll be a sad, sad, sad day. Sad day. Sad day indeed. If you guys haven't watched Star, you don't understand how much that finale spit on everything good about that show. Yeah, exactly, Cartoon She. Exactly. And I just hope that they don't write the Steven Universe Future finale to spit on everything good about Steven Universe. But I still have my doubts because I feel like that's where we're heading. Who knows? They could make this better instantly. They could snap their fingers, get their heads out of their asses and say, okay, let's do this. And make it great. But something tells me that's not going to happen because that's a miracle levels. We need a miracle for this shit. If they want to fix this series, it's probably going to take a hell of a lot more than 6 episodes to do it. And 4 of those episodes are just a 4-part finale. So if we're being real technical here, we're saying 3 episodes. Technically. They'd have to get real creative to fix it now. Why is there just a guy's ass on my screen? I think I need to go back to the computer. Adult Swim shit. Nice animation of some guy's ass and another guy calling it pressed hams. Thanks. I appreciated that. Like, they'd have to pull some bullshit. Because not only would they have to continue the story in a meaningful way, but they'd have to go back and, like, fully develop Steven's transition. They'd have to do a lot more than they can do in 3 episodes. 6, but I'm just going to say 3 since one of them's just a 4-part finale. I feel like a lot of people don't understand where I'm coming from. I'm not saying that the way Steven has become is a bad idea. I'm not. If they developed it right, I'd say it could be pretty interesting to see Steven become the opposite of what he used to be. But that's the thing, it has to be done well. And I'm just saying, man, that proposal scene. Talk about an insult to Steven's original character. Talk about an insult to Steven in general. That has to be one of the worst things this show has done. After the song, it just takes a sharp fall down a cliff and then hits its head on a rock at the bottom. I know a lot of people probably hate me too for thinking this show's bad. But you know what? I don't care. If people hate me because because I have a negative opinion on a TV show, a cartoon, on a TV children's cartoon, then guess what? That's their fault. That song was good. And then he goes, "Hey Connie, you should marry me. And then let's be Stevani. Fuck what you think. Because I have problems, and Stevani will fix my problems." Like, what was that? Remember when Steven was selfless and put other people before himself? Oh, and let me guess, Ostrich Cox is just sucking the show off again, right? Did I clickbait? What do you mean did I clickbait? We watched the episodes. I didn't have them on screen because of fucking copyright. Remember when Steven thought for others before he thought for himself? Yeah, not anymore. And again, develop it. Development is the key word of the day for this entire future series, ladies and gentlemen. I think there's not much good in both ends if we're talking about Ostrich Cox for a second here. I think there's bad to be found in both ends. Both blindly hating a show without acknowledging its positives and blindly praising a show without acknowledging its negatives. You have to have a mix. Because if you have one extreme or the other, it's just alienating. And I will give positives because I only gave them a little bit before, but I don't think I gave them in quite as much detail. I think Steven and Connie's chemistry, aside from that last scene, is pretty good, you know? I think they still got character chemistry down to a T. That moment was pretty wholesome, pretty cute. I liked it. And the song was great. And the way they kind of built up to the hospital scene in the second episode, okay, that was all right. Except for the part, oh man, I'm just thinking of more stuff as I try to be positive. I come up with more things as I try to be positive. Hey, so remember in Full Disclosure where Connie tells Steven that he could just tell her anything because she wants to be a part of his universe? and that he should stop lying to her about problems. I get that that was a while ago, but fuck. We're back to that? Oh, it's nothing? Okay, Steven, you liar, thanks. He almost fucking did it again! Yeah, remember when he saw Connie calling him? He's like, I'll just let it go to voicemail. Bitch! Bitch! Bitch, please! You learned this lesson already. That was a while ago, though, wasn't it? That was like... Ugh. In Steven's world, that's like, what, 3 years ago? 4 years ago? Excuse me. Yeah, he technically learned it twice, right? So the fact that he has to learn it a third time... Again, I think this was a point the cartoon she made, so I'm probably going to have to steal it, unfortunately. Again, shows are different from real life. In real life, yeah, people may have to learn a lesson multiple times. Sure. That's realistic. But this is a cartoon we're talking here. Let me give y'all a hot take real quick. Cartoons work differently from the real world. Shocker, I know. When a character in a cartoon learns a lesson, he technically tends to learn it once. And then he just has that knowledge. No, Michael, I said you need to have a mix of realism and actual good story. You can't do... And if you had a choice between the two, good story would be the preferable option. And so, like, if we're still on this shit, if we're still on this Steven needs to be more open to people's shit. Not to mention, and this is a smaller point, so take this with a grain of salt. You know how Connie didn't tell her mom that Steven tried to propose to her? Remember in the season 2 episode Nightmare Hospital, where Connie promised to be more open to her mother? Yeah. I guess we're back walking on that one too, huh? Man, it's like, they're just hitting the original series with a stick. They're just hitting it. Not even a frying pan. They're just hitting it over the head with it. Well, the thing with BoJack Horseman is that BoJack Horseman has a different tone around it than Steven Universe. You don't think Steven Universe, and you don't think alcoholics who are stuck in their glory days trying to relive the past and think their life is a sitcom. There's a key difference there. That's not the point of Steven Universe. Anyone remember the excuse used with Star that teenagers are dumb? Yeah, that's an excuse, alright. If something's good, I can say it's good. I've done it. There have been episodes in Steven Universe Future that have genuinely impressed me. Like the very special episode, an episode that people really didn't seem to like. I fucking loved it. And you know, it's kind of funny, right? When Steven Universe Future stops focusing on the main points that it's trying to focus on. It's great how much better the show gets for it. When the show's just being playful and fucking around for an episode, it's genuinely funny. It's great. And it's kind of reiterating the point I had with Steven Universe Future. It's surprising how when the show stops focusing on, like, when the show stops focusing on the big old alien plotline, it's incredible how much better it gets. Because when you're just focusing on the chemistry between the characters and not worrying about their backstory or anything, it's frankly eye-opening how much better this shit gets. And that's what I think Steven Universe Future even should have been. Even then. Even without developing Steven's character more. I don't think that was even necessary. I think Steven Universe Future should have just focused on the last interactions between Steven and the characters. Focus on them, because this is likely the last time we're ever gonna see them. Slice of life comedy. Focus on that. Give them closure. Don't focus on this ridiculous Steven's character changing and no development for it nonsense. Focus on the parts of the show that were good and leave out the parts that were bad. What's a good part of the show? The way Steven interacted with the other characters. Close it out. And if you're going to close Steven's character out this way, develop it first. Because this is a pretty big closure you're building up to here. And the way you're developing it is not okay. I don't care. It isn't okay. They're not doing it right. They're doing it botched and rushed. And it's alienating. And it's terrible. And it sucks. That's just the long and short of it. I don't care what kind of PTSD, trauma, fucking ridiculous head fracture bullshit they come up with. That's not changing the fact that the way they developed this is just wrong. It's too fast. And the change is coming too quickly. It's not comfortable. That's not the right word, but that's the word that immediately came to mind. It's not, I wouldn't call it satisfying either. What the fuck's the word I'm thinking of? Fuck. Because it's supposed to be uncomfortable. What's the word I'm thinking of? It's not smooth. That's it. It's rough. It's not smooth. When you develop a character to this extreme and you change him this much, it's got to be smooth. That shit's got to be smooth as butter. But this is more smooth like fucking sour milk that's been left out to sit for a month in the hot summer air. It is pretty yucky, isn't it? Just like Steven's character. I don't even... Of course I'm going to continue watching the episodes, because we're this close to the end. Why would I stop now? But I'm really questioning if I want to anymore. Because I know the more episodes they do, the more that Steven's lack of development is just going to keep coming in like a fucking sore spot. This fucking fly, I swear to God. Now I'm gonna watch as the 8-year-olds come in the comments and tell me how I'm wrong and I'm stupid and fuck me because I hate a show. I don't like the episodes because this feels like they're justifying not good development, if I'm being honest with you. What's an easy way to describe the behavior Steven's been doing? Oh, PTSD. Nah, not bad character development. Nah, not the fact that we kind of flipped the switch in Steven's head and made him a different character overnight. Nah, it's PTSD. I'm pulling my stuff over here. Ugh. You mean everything's changing, right, Pink Pepper? Remember the movie? When he was talking about change? He can make a promise, he can make a plan. He can take a stand. I don't remember all the lyrics. You can make an effort starting with tonight because you can make a change. Change. He's learned this lesson already. I really think that the series in general would be better off if Future didn't exist. I took the poll last week. I think it was last week. A lot of people said they liked Steven better before Future. And if this was the point of Future to focus on Steven, and they're making Steven worse? I don't know, guys. I don't know. Something's wrong there. And I liked Steven a whole hell of a lot better before Future. At least his character was consistent. This damn fly, I swear to God, I'm gonna fucking clap and get it. Watch me. Watch me go. I'm gonna get him. It's gonna be loud, though. As soon as he lands. He's not landing now. I think he knows what I'm trying to do. Got him. Ha ha. Ha ha. It's not my dick. Where is it? Where's the trash can? Look! Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Ha ha. No, Felipe, if you've seen the chat on this stream, you see that people do not agree with me on this one. Fair enough, but like... God. God. That series finale is gonna be a day, dude. everyone's going to be sitting here crying, seeing like, oh, the show was so good, I'm sad it's ending. I'm going to be over here being like, good. Let it end before it gets any worse. I'm glad it's ending, honestly. Sure, I'm going to be sad that my favorite piece of media is ending. But if it keeps going, it's just going to get fucking worse. And Future is not helping. Someone said, I saw someone in chat say that Future isn't really ruining the original Steven Universe because it's a different series. I don't know. Steven's character in this is really making me question his character in the original Steven Universe, you know? And like just its existence is making the finale in Steven Universe feel worthless. Like all the lessons and shit he's learned is just becoming undone, and it's like it didn't even matter. It's like the original Steven Universe didn't matter. Plus the ending. Ugh, I didn't like Change Your Mind as an ending that much. Because that was fucking rushed too, I'll tell you that much. Excuse me. But it's better than this. I'd much rather have ended on Change Your Mind if I knew this was where we were going. That they're gonna make Steven unlikable and then say PTSD. I've been through this already, TikToks. You'll have to watch it back. I've been through this song and dance with everyone here. You know, even better, end with the movie. Boom! Then everyone's happy. At least in the movie, Steven realized what he was doing wrong. He still acted against his character, and I'm still mad at that. But at least he acknowledged what he was doing was wrong. And he cut that shit out. Here it's just like, hey, I'm gonna be a selfish prick. Okay. Episode 2. Hey, I'm gonna be a selfish prick. Okay. Was it PTSD then? I don't think so. That was just him being an asshole. Okay, in episode 10, I'm gonna talk to this cactus. And I'm gonna pretty much insult and belittle all of the gems just for trying to help me. Was it PTSD then? No, that was him being an asshole. There's a difference. There's a difference between being an asshole and traumatized. I can't wait for this to end. Then I could just go back to watching regular Steven Universe and just pretending this sequel series didn't happen. Actually, the movie, too. That did happen, but... Man. if there wasn't something that brought down my opinion on Steven. I don't even know why I'm saying brought down my opinion on Steven. More like ruining Steven's writing. God, what a travesty this series is. I'm probably going to say it again next week, unless the episodes are really, really good. But with the direction we're going, I doubt it. I have a feeling we're not going to be doing any more happy-go-lucky, fun, haha, look at the funny jokes episodes. You know, the good ones. We're going to be going all in on the Steven Universe's depressed train. Choo-choo, motherfuckers. I have no emotional investment. Why? Why would I root for a character who's being a selfish prick? Simple. No more fun and games. Root for him to get better, except he's not going to. You know how these stories go. I know how these stories go. But I'll tell you this. I'll give you my personal insight on what I've analyzed from Steven Universe. You really think the series is going to be Steven getting corrupted? You really think the series is going to end on this really negative? Nah. That's not how the Crewniverse does things. You know the last time we thought that things were going to end poorly for Steven was Change Your Mind, and then they played this Ex Machina bullshit that found his way back to Earth? Nothing's going to be bad. There's going to be no negatives in the finale. There's going to be no consequences. It's all going to be happy hunky-dory because, yay, the series is ending. We can't leave things on a bad note. No, that would be interesting. That would be too interesting. Now, we got to end everything positively because then how will Tumblr cope? How will the Steven Universe subreddit cope? Oh, I'm sure they love me right now. He's being negative on a show. Dogpile! You know they're not going to do it. You know they're not going to leave some negative undertone to an ending of their show. You know they're not going to do that. Change Your Mind would have been a good time to do. Remember when Rebecca Sugar said at the end, I think it was the end of season 5, I don't remember. When she said, we've written ourselves into a corner. That must be one spacious fucking corner you've written into. What will the series end on? The series will end on all the characters dogpiling Steven with a hug. Everything will just be okay, hunky-dory. Look at everyone dance and sing and everything's okay. Big finale. Okay, everything's fine. Bye-bye. The most that I think they'll do for this series is they'll have some kind of message like, oh, PTSD is a long, hard process. Nothing's gonna just be magically okay overnight. But it's a fucking cartoon. It's the Crewniverse. What do you think's gonna happen? This is the Cruniverse we're talking here. You know how Change Your Mind ended. God forbid we had any stakes for future seasons. Now let's just tie everything up in a nice little bow. Let's just rush White Diamond's redemption. You know how they are. They don't want to do that. I can't wait. I can't wait for a repeat of that. Except this time it'll be 100% permanent. No more. You tied the knot so haphazardly that it looks more like a knot than it does a knot than it does a bow. No, she's not fully redeemed, but the show is like, oh hey, big Nazi lady, stop that. And she stops that. Yeah, you know that big, interesting thing that Change Your Mind was building up to? Hey, we're gonna pull Steven's gem out of his body. And then everything is... White Diamond is not gonna be redeemed because she's totally not like that. She's totally not that. She's different. You can't you can't get through to everybody, Steven. That's a lesson you need to learn. Nope. Joke's on you, fucking idiot. Pink Ex Machina. Let's go. No, because I'm so close to the end, Addison, that I might as well just roll it out. Once this series is over, I'm just going to be glad that they're not going to do anything to make it worse anymore. This should have ended at the movie. Maybe have one other movie where they... Well, no. Not the PTSD shit, but like seeing how the characters are and then moving on from that. Not this. Not fucking this, dude. Because then, yeah, no, you can't do PTSD in a movie either. That's still not enough time. That's the equivalent of like 9 Steven Universe Future episodes. It's good in your opinion, in mine it isn't. In my opinion, this Steven Universe Future isn't good. It's not. It's not. It's done nothing but make me just feel fatigued and be like, okay, let's end the show already. Before we go off the rails and do something we're probably going to regret later. And that marriage proposal thing is that thing that we'd probably regret later. Out of everything, I don't see anyone even... I don't see any... Oh, shoot. Okay. Anyway. I thought the sound was on. I thought that came through. I don't really see anyone talking about the marriage proposal scene. You know, out of everything they've given me, they focus more on the PTSD thing. They didn't seem to focus on the marriage proposal. And how that was a dumpster fire, but the fire is also on fire. It was cringe. Let's try to use more language that isn't just cringe, because I think there's a bigger issue here than just it was cringe. And the reason I was saying I didn't want to see it, because I already knew how it was going to end. The leak came out. That's the leak I saw. That Connie rejected his marriage proposal. I already knew how it was going to end. Maybe that made it worse. But I think anyone with a brain could see that the way Connie was reacting to the sudden gesture, things were going to end that way. Yeah, the way it was set up was fine. It's just... And you know something? It wouldn't even be that bad. Sure, marriage proposal, fine. He's getting desperate. I can see that. I can understand that. The problem, ladies and gentlemen, is the way that he worded it. Hey, Connie, let's get married. Then we can be Stevani. I have problems. Stevani will help me solve those problems. Let's just do that forever. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I don't care how depressed or desperate or deep inside your own sorrow you are. I don't give a damn. Steven would not say that. There is absolutely no questioning that. Perfect. Let me force you into loving me. We'll end our existence. Be someone better that others actually feel good around. No. Yeah, forget what Connie thinks. Forget Connie in general. One of the hardest things. Oh my god. Selfish. That goes beyond just PTSD. That goes beyond just deep in being depressed and desperate. That goes way beyond that. That's beyond that shit. We're past that. Now we're getting into the terms of seriously putting yourself over other people. We're getting into literally the opposite of Steven's character now. You already know what Steven Universe Future needs to do in order to make that make sense, so I won't repeat it. I'll give you a hint. It starts with D and N and rhymes with sevelopment. Sevelopment. Ugh. And I still even can't get over the fact that he really took a not now to mean no. Good fucking God. Good fucking god. It wasn't even like she was just leaving him. She even clearly said not now, as in, I still care about you. We're still going to be together. Just we're not going to take that step now. All right, I'm gonna be done. I'm probably gonna lie down and like just spend the rest of my day relaxing or something. Yeah, you know, Pink Pepper's like going against the lesson he learned in full disclosure. I'll stop now. Alright, I'll see. This has been Super Song 1014. I'll see you guys later. I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow. I might be spending that time just relaxing because, man, this series is actually legitimately on life support, dude. Bye, guys.